She doesn't say, I love you yet. She doesn't write you poems. She doesn't stand outside your window in the rain holding a sign like a movie, but she remembers your smallest preferences. She texts you at 2 a.m. because she saw something that reminded her of you. She says, I hope you're eating well. And somehow it hits different. She lets you talk about your struggles without interrupting. She laughs at your dry jokes. She fixes your collar without even thinking. She doesn't need to beast. She's just there, present, supportive, constant, and you begin to wonder, is this love? Or is she just naturally caring? Is she falling for me? Or am I reading too much into it? That uncertainty eats at you. Because no matter how strong, stoic, or emotional you are, one thing remains true. Every man wants to know when a woman's shirt is truly his. Not temporarily, not casually, but fully. Not based on how much attention she gives, but on how her soul responds to your presence. Because here's what most men don't understand. When a woman is deeply in love with you, she doesn't show it the way you expect. She doesn't always say it. She shows it in the quietest, most powerful ways, through pattern, through softness, through presence. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss the very signs that could change your life. You'll think she's being nice. You'll assume it's her personality. You'll tell yourself maybe she's like this with the Virian, but you'd be wrong because what she's doing around you, she's not doing around anyone else. And it's not because she's desperate. It's because she feels something so sacred, so rare, so uncontrollable that even her logical mind can't override it anymore. Her body is responding to your presence. Her mind is beginning to plan around your existence. Her heart is quietly choosing you, not just for now, but for always. And she's terrified of saying it out loud because once she does, she gives you the power to destroy her. So instead, she gives you everything else. Her loyalty, her effort, her consistency, her emotional nakedness, all without needing validation. But there's the challenge. Most men are too blind, too distracted, or too focused on performance to see the truth in front of them. So in this video, I'm going to reveal the 7 rare and powerful things women only do when they're deeply in love with you, not kind of into you, not lusting after you. Deep love, that kind that goes beyond words, the kind that bonds to your energy, the kind that transforms her rhythm, her thoughts, her entire emotional gravity. If you recognize even 3 of these signs, you're not just someone she likes. You've become the man she can't emotionally walk away from, no matter how hard she tries. So now, the only question left is this. Are you grounded enough to notice it and strong enough to honor it? Let's begin. In a world where I miss you is just a text, where I love you is posted publicly for validation, and where emojis have replaced real emotion, genuine love is no longer easy to recognize. We're surrounded by constant noise, likes, comments, flirty DMs, quick chemistry. Everyone seems available. Everyone seems interested, but few people are truly invested. And that's the tragic irony of modern connection. You can get attention without love. You can share a bed without sharing a soul. You can be in a relationship, still feel completely alone. So what does real love even look like anymore? It's not loud. It's not a burden. It doesn't come with a grand announcement. It's subtle, sacred, quietly consistent. And when it comes from a woman, it shows in the smallest shifts. She stops playing games, not because she's weak, but because she finally feels safe. She shows up in the middle of your storm, not to fix you, but to stand with you. She shares her fears, not because she wants comfort, but because she trusts you with her rawness. She doesn't have to say, I love you every day. Because when a woman is truly in love, it's felt in her energy. Her presence, her emotional rhythm, her actions shift, her language softens. Her vision starts to include you, not just for the next weekend, but for the next decade. And that shift, That's not lust. That's not infatuation. That's not her trying to impress you. That's devotion. The kind of devotion that doesn't need a reason. It just is rooted, real, relentless. And yet most men miss it. They wait for the words. They look for big signs. They try to decode her text when the truth is already written in her tone, her patience, her daily effort. You see, women don't love like men. Men often love with their eyes. Women love with their attention. When she's in love, you're not just part of her thoughts. You become the center of her emotional world. And when a woman's heart is bended to yours, even the way she breathes next to you changes. So if you've ever asked, is she just being kind or does she actually love me? This is where the confusion ends. Because these even signs I'm about to share are not casual behaviors. They're not things women do when they sort of like you. These are the sacred patterns of a woman whose soul has chosen you. And if you see even a few of these in her, don't question her love. Just make sure you're strong enough to receive it. 1, she softens in your presence. Even when she's strong with everyone else, a woman can be fierce, independent, guarded, and emotionally controlled in the outside world. She's used to protecting herself. Society taught her to be careful with her heart. But when she's in love with you, something changes. She doesn't have try to be soft. She just is. Her tone becomes gentler. Her eyes, more vulnerable. Her laughter lighter. She doesn't overanalyze everything. She relaxes 'cause your presence feels like peace. She doesn't just like bang around you. Her nervous system starts to regulate in your energy. She becomes the version of herself that feels the safest. That's not lust. That's emotional surrender. Most men miss this. They confuse emotional openness with friendliness. But the woman who softens around you in ways she doesn't with anyone else, her heart is already halfway yours. 2, she starts mirroring your rhythm without realizing it. This goes far beyond using the same slang or copying your playlist. This is something Gun can see as subtle but incredibly. When a woman starts falling deeply in love with you, she doesn't just notice your patterns. She starts integrating them. She begins speaking in your rhythm, not just your phrases, but your tone. Her texts might match your timing. Her emotional responses echo your emotional temperature. If you're calm, she finds herself grounded. If you're passionate about something, she starts getting fired up too. This mirroring isn't a performance. It's the body's way of saying, I'm sense with you. Psychologically, this is known as limbic resonance. When 2 emotional systems begin to harmonize, and it's one of the clearest signs of emotional bonding. She begins to share your tempo, your cadence, even your worldview. She evolves beside you, not to lose herself, but because her deepest self feels safe growing in your direction. And if you're reactant, you'll realize she's not just adapting, she's anchoring. 3, she becomes protective of your energy without being asked. This isn't jealousy. This isn't insecurity. This is guardianship. When a woman is truly in love with you, she becomes emotionally added to your peace. She begins to notice the stress in your shoulders, the change in your eyes, the shift in your silence. She starts feeling your moods before you even verbalize them. She'll pull you aside when you're overwhelmed. She'll hold space for your chaos. She doesn't nag, she nurtures, not because you ask, but because your emotional well-being has quietly become part of her purpose. She starts watching who and what drains you, not to control but to protect your flame. She becomes mindful of how she speaks to you, how others speak about you, how your energy is treated in her world. This is the kind of woman who senses the storm before it arrives and stands at the gate ready not with judgment but with loyalty. And when you find a woman who guards your peace like it's her own, that's not casual love, that's sacred connection. For she shares her deepest truths even if they scare her. A woman in love doesn't just share information. She reveals herself, not the curated version, not the Instagram bio, but the messy, raw, and unfinished parts. The parts she's still trying to understand, the fears from childhood, the dreams that make her feel Maeve, the shame she never vocalized Tonyon. And when she does this, she isn't looking for pity or praise. She's testing something deeper, emotional safety. If she tells you about the time she was hurt, or the things she's never told her friends, or the insecurities she usually hides behind humor, she's not just being open. She's giving you emotional keys to her internal home. Handle them poorly and the doors will close. But handle them with presence, with stillness, with love, and she'll open parts of herself that no one else has ever touched. That's not getting close. That's spiritual trust. 5. She aligns her life around you without losing herself. Most men think love means she spends all her time with you. That's not devotion. That's dependence. But a woman who is deeply in love will do something far more powerful. She integrates you into her life's literature, not by shrinking her world, but by making space in it, her schedule, her priorities, her future plans. You'll start to see yourself in blueprint. She doesn't cancel her goals for you. She includes you in them. She checks in not to report, but to connect. She starts seeing your well-being as part of her own emotional ecosystem. You're not just someone she dates. You become someone her life makes room for. She brings you to meet that people who matter. She shows you her purpose, her family, her culture, because their presence has now become part of her internal map. That's not control. That's intimacy woven into reality. 6. She becomes fiercely loyal even in your absence. There's a kind of loyalty that doesn't need announcement. It's felt when she's in love. She protects your name when you're not around. She avoids situations that could hurt what you're building. She doesn't entertain attention, even if it flatters her ego. Not because she's proving something, but because in her mind there's no one else. Her loyalty becomes energetic. Her attention becomes sacred. Her choice start reflecting not just what she wants now, but who she values most. She doesn't seek the highest bidder. She doesn't compare. She doesn't keep her options open because the man she'd chosen to placeholder. He's a soul connection, and when she's in love like this, you'll know. Not because she says it every day, but because her world moves with your integrity in mind. You'll feel it in the respect she gives, the way she shuts down temptation and be quiet. Consistency of her emotional presence. 7. She chooses you repeatedly, not out of need, but out of devotion. This is the rarest kind of love. The kind that doesn't fade when things get hard. The kind that doesn't treat right when you show your flaws. The kind that isn't based on what you do, but who you are. She doesn't need you to perfect. She just needs you to be you. She chooses you on your worst day, when you're tired, when you're insecure, when you doubt yourself, when the world feels heavy. She sees your strength even when you can't. She loves the man beneath the mask, the one who's trying, the one who's growing, the one who holds space for her even when he's still figuring himself out. This devotion isn't loud. It doesn't need validation. It's not about dependence. It's about alignment. Her love becomes a daily choice, not a transaction, but a vow. Silent, steady, sacred. And when a woman kisses you like that over and over, day after day, even when it's hard, she's not just in love, is yours. If you're still watching this, you already know this isn't just Anna the Relationship Tips video. This is a reflection mirror. Maybe you saw her in these signs. Maybe you missed her. And now you're finally realizing what she was trying to show you. Or maybe you're waiting for that kind of love to find you, the quiet kind, the real kind. Second, that doesn't have to shout because it's written in every moment, every look, every sacred silence. But here is the truth. This kind of woman doesn't just give her heart to anyone. She doesn't fall in love with the loudest guy or the richest or the smoothest. She gives her soul to the man who makes her feel safe, to the man whose presence echoes her storms, to the man who doesn't try to impress, but who embodies depth. So before you ask, is she in love with me? Ask yourself, am I the kind of man who is ready for that kind of love? Because real love demands a real man. Man who listens, who leads with stillness, who protects what's sacred, not with ego, but with quiet strength. That's the kind of man you're becoming, or the kind you want to become. You're in the right place. This channel, Thought Tiller, isn't just about attraction. It's about evolution. It's about mastering yourself so that the right woman recognizes you without words. So if this resonated, subscribe. Not just to hear more content like this, but to commit to the path of becoming the one she'll never have to question. And if you felt her do even a few of these 7 things, don't play it cool. Don't pull away. Don't sabotage what could be sacred. Because when a woman is deeply in love with you, she's not looking for perfect. She's looking for presence. She's looking for you. They'll tap that subscribe button. Thumbs up. Like this video if it spoke to something real inside you. Black heart and share this with the man you know needs to hear it. Until next time, stay grounded, stay silent when it matters, and always goose depth over noise. This is Stoiker Adox, where psychology meets presence in men become unforgettable.